So here we go, guys. We hop into Oerba 300AF, and we are surrounded by what looks like a bunch of different time distortions. As you can see, there was a little bit of exposition about Mog, and it's very interesting, the story surrounding Mog. And man, look at Cocoon up there. Isn't that just amazing how it's slightly faded out too because of the dust here? It's amazing. I love how they can just set an environment immediately, and how the times are so malleable in this area. It really does just make me so happy. But anyways, there's three hands of times. There's three hands of time distortions here. So we'll have to deal with those when they come across. But everything else should be easy to solve. So let's just hop right into it head first, as we all know how to do, if you've followed this LP at all. Because I'm very good at that. Especially blind. But I guess we'll find out when we get into it.
What is this place? It looks, I don't know, unfinished.
It's like someone started to build something and then gave up halfway through.
You're absolutely right, Kupo. The time labyrinth is an incomplete space, Kupo.
How do you know that? Or better yet, who did you hear that from?
Did your friends back home tell you about it? Hey, Mog, are you absolutely sure you don't remember anything about your past?
Not a single thing, Kupo.
Another anomaly to resolve. Should be pretty gosh darn easy once we hop up here. This is a Crystal Connect one, which are really easy. I believe it's called Crystal Bonds. That's the actual formal title for what these things are. Let's see. I believe these things also change around, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, maybe not. Well, maybe because we haven't advanced to that part just quite yet, but I guess we will when we get there. Let's just connect these. I guess we can't connect these. We connect these. Perfect. And these are really, really easy. You just have to find the right path. You might find yourself retrying these every once in a while, but they're really not that big of a deal. I'm just more worried about the hands of time than anything else. But the only thing about this area, even though there's a really great story with Mog, is it just takes a long time. It takes a long time to solve 9 different time distortions, and it's okay, because if your time's getting eaten, then you might as well get something for it, and you're rewarded with 9 fragments, so plenty of CP to grab. The CP Grab-a-Palooza, sponsored by Duff King 56 Productions, because I also now produce things apparently. So let's connect. I can't connect any of these, can I? There we go. I might end up having to retry. Oh, maybe not. I just connected everything very well, and there we go. Everything sort of cascades together. That looks like a mini flan, which is kind of funny. I forgot to play the guessing game, even though the first stage was pretty obvious. It was a chocobo. That one was a mini flan. Now, what's in this one? Let's see. Oh, this guy is... Oh, no. I can't remember his name, but he is actually one of the legendary monsters that you'll find in the Arclight Steppe that we will fight later. You can only fight him in the rain, and he's actually fairly powerful, and I actually believe he made a cameo in Final Fantasy XIII. So, interesting stuff. Let's just finish up connecting here. There we go. Awesome. Okay. Now, what's his name? I can't remember. Oh, come on now. I should know this. I should know this. So, darn it. That's okay. I guess I'll just have to figure it out later, or it'll probably just come to me in a flash of brilliance, but probably won't either in the same light. And you know what? I have my book open, so let me just look it up here. Let's see. It is the... Oh, what's his name? Come on. Ochu. That's his name. Perfect. Okay, so anyways, before I stall any longer here, there are other time distortions to get, but in the same light, there are also monsters to fight in this area, which is kind of weird because you'd think an unfinished quote-unquote area wouldn't hold very much fodder for what you're doing, but I guess there has to be in some ways. But anyways, we have another time distortion here. Let's check it out. See what the story holds. I think there might be only checkpoints of story, but I'm not sure as well. They might expose a little bit at a time. You might learn about the distortions as you go into them. But, yeah, that's right, yeah. Every time you get a little story.
Kupo Kupo?
What is it, Mog? Did you find treasure or something?
That's not it. I smell something familiar, Kupo. I know the smell from a long, long time ago, Kupo.
A long time ago? Even before you met Lightning in Valhalla?
Kupo.
That familiar smell. Could it be the smell of your hometown? Could we be close? Maybe the labyrinth is connected to the place where you grew up.
Now that I think about it, I remember the same scent coming from the other labyrinths too, Kubo.
All right then. We should check the other mazes too. If we search them all, we're bound to find some sort of clue that will lead us to your hometown.
Another anomaly? No problem. Especially if you're throwing crystal bonds at me. Oh, we played those guys. Those are those mini mages. I can't remember their names, but okay. We got some work to do. Some busy work. So how are we going to accomplish this task? Fairly easily, I hope. Yeah, these really aren't going to present much of an issue to me. And I like that. No strings attached. Get it? It's a pun about crystal bonds, because you're kind of attaching them with some sort of celestial string. You're bonding them like molecules and atoms. Oh my gosh, I'm beautiful. I'm on my game today. So, let's go into the next stage, because I'm so pumped. But as I said before, man, I'm so excited to do this, because you get all these fragments. Getting fragments just makes you feel good about yourself. Oh, and these guys, I remember these guys from both this game and Final Fantasy XIII. They were kind of tough, and they were kind of actually closer towards the late story in Final Fantasy XIII. I believe we saw them on our descent to Oerba in the first place, which is kind of interesting. Oh no, it was our descent to the Arclight Steppe when we first went down there. Crap, you got to bring this all the way around here. Not bad though. We completed another stage. Nice. I like it. I like completing stages fast. It makes things easy. We completed stage 2. I think these are only 3 stages long each, so not a bad deal. What is this one? Ooh, this guy looks like a... Oh, he's one of the flying Xenobatrons, or whatever they're called, from both Brescia and all over the place. I think we saw a couple of iterations of those monsters in Yasha's Massif, so cool stuff. I love how there is some continuity, at least with monsters that you fight. Oh, good. I connected that. Did not think I'd be able to do that. Good thing these things don't freaking change around, because with this time constraint, man, it could get kind of difficult when you're running around gaps and things of that nature. But I believe this ends up allowing us to resolve a second out of 9 anomalies. So we're making some good headway here, some good time. Nope, that was only stage 3. So I guess we have another to go. But that's okay, not a big deal. This guy are one of the dancers that throw out some pretty terrible debuffs if you are not prepared, which I was. Oh boy, it's a changer. I don't like changers. I'll wait for this to change back now. I'm not messing around with this bull crap. Okay, so let's connect these, connect these, connect these. Oh, there we go. We got it going on right now. And we're not even Stacy's mother. Ha! Terrible pop culture references from my olden days. Okay, so let's connect these, finish this thing up. Temporal Rift, consider yourself completed, unless there's some sort of stage 5. Unless you're some sort of psycho, man, because I can't imagine a stage 5. Oh, there is. I am eating my words right now. So let's do it. Without further ado-ing. And there is the Tonberry, because I was talking about that last session. So there's even more continuity, man. I was spoiling everything. I apologize if I possibly spoiled some terrible meaty details to you guys before, but it must have been done, because I must have had some reason to do it, but oh well. Let's connect the green. This is a terrible game of connect the dots, but we did it because we are forced to. But that's okay. So crystal bonds should be completed, and 2 out of 9 fragments, yep, anomaly resolved, have been received. Hath been received. Now let's load back into Oerba and find our 3rd distortion. I think I saw it off in the distance. It's really only a short trip away. But I could also look for some treasures as well. But anyways, we got the thrilling milestone. Literally, we got a milestone. Kind of funny. But, oh, hello. Oh, let's fight you. I remember you from Final Fantasy XIII. You should be a good fight. Oh, we have 2 of you. Pink lilies. These are smaller forms of monsters that I can't remember what they have. They're water-based, I believe. They're also very... Yes, they are. And they have the efflorescence, which is a nice damaging attack. But they also have different element guards, I believe, as well. It's okay. We have one of these guys... Well, almost one of these guys at Stagger now. He should be once he is stabilized. There we go. Okay, so let's see if we can launch him up in the air and do some meaningful damage, even though I'm not doing any launching. That's our gosh darn Chocobo's job. Get in there and launch him. Oh, I guess you're not. Jeez. That's not depressing, but gosh darn it. You're killing me. And we have another pink lily to grab as well, so... I might end up switching to aggression after. Yeah. Let's see what these guys are actually... They're resistant to all types of magic, and they're normal against attacks. So, as you can see, like I said, they have some sort of elemental guard sort of intrinsic to their monster nature, which is kind of interesting if you think about it. Yeah, as you can see, exo-proofing ice, so now he is buffed and will heal against ice, which is kind of cool. Kind of coolio if you think about it, but we're not really getting much bar on him. We're probably going to end up killing him on accident. Might as well actually switch to aggression, because might as well take a physical route with Noel. Wow, he almost killed us there. Look at that. Look at those physical attacks. Just do some damage. Hey, we got their monster crystal, though. That's kind of cool. And they give a fair amount of crystarium. I'll take it. I'll take the money, honestly, since, like I said before, I need the freaking money at this point. But we need to find... Oh, we need to hop up here. I believe I saw the distortion to our right here. There's a gate we can actually open to a different area, which I'm not going to spoil. But we have to grab this thing up here. I think there's more that spawn after you complete more distortions. It just really depends on what you're doing. As you can see, there's one in the distance there, but some spawn, I believe, on the beach as well. So let's just hop right in here. See what we get. Man, I'm just curious. I'm very curious because the story is fuzzy with Mog, and I know the gist of it, but it's going to be really cool the more and more they sort of hint at it and do things with that. So I'll leave you to the story. I'm going to open up the Hands of Time Sol really quick.
I know you have good instincts, Kupo.
Gosh darn, I guess there's no story. Never mind. That's okay. We got ourselves another fight on our hands with some crystal bonds. So this should be the last crystal bond sort of challenge, which is, I guess, good and bad, because I do like doing these. I find these easier than the Hands of Time. Obviously, you guys have seen me struggle with said Hands of Time, so it's good and bad. But I think, you know, you have to work for your fragments, because these things give you a fair amount of CP. I mean, 9 fragments at 4,000 or 500 a pop give you 4,500 total. And that's plenty of CP. It'll actually allow us to get about 9 crystals or so in our crystarium. So it really does facilitate a lot of completion. It facilitates a lot of progression. And that is the motif of this session, I believe. Because, as I was saying before, progression is very important at this stage. We need to be, as I said, ready and raring to go. As you've heard me say, gosh darn, oh, this is going to be a tough E if I've ever seen one. But it's okay. We will deal with it once again. As long as you're holding a crystal bond, I don't believe these change. Maybe they do. Holy crap, this thing is wrecking us, man. Okay, well, connect you, and connect you. Get you out of here. As you can see, the time is just... time is not on our side. I'd like to sing it, but I'm not a very good vocalist, as you know, so let's see if we can finish this guy up as fast as we can here. We have to go right up here. Oh, perfect. We did this first part, and we'll do the second part and the third part. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so we are at a fairly breakneck pace, but a good breakneck pace in my opinion. And can we connect? Yes, we can. That is done. Now these will be done. And now this can't possibly change when we run around here. So, we completed that one. Whew, that was a tough one as far as the angles go. And I also got a little bit impatient, a little bit sloppy, and that's what led to my eventual retry on that stage. But that's okay. Maybe this one will only have 4 stages since the other one had 5, but I highly doubt that. This guy is pretty sweet. I forgot his actual name. His name might actually be Invincible, something to that nature, because they are fairly buff commando type characters, if you do remember from the tower in Final Fantasy XIII towards the end of the game. And I'm just trying to put everything in perspective with you guys here because I like perspective. It was a good game, and it's also a good thing to look for. Like I said, continuity is awesome. And it gives you, like you said, it gives you that warm feeling when you realize you make that connection and you're allowed to sort of thrust your intellect forward into progressive thinking about the story, maybe why the developers chose to keep that monster, or maybe why they chose to put a different monster in, so on and so forth. So that guy, I remember fighting him as well. We fought him in the depths of Oerba, I think, because he was kind of tough. But we ended up, he was like that drill monster, and he's actually a really good farm spot if you are into that sort of thing, which I definitely was at that point because I was trying to complete a lot of the crystarium. But anyways, we have this to complete. We have a task in our present. That's okay. I'm pretty much piloting this now, even though I'm really not autopiloting my words, which I probably should, because I shouldn't be fumbling. There we go. We resolved another anomaly though, so that's always a good thing. Just 3 out of 9. Just knock them down once they put them right in our way here. A little combat here, a little combat there. Never hurt anyone, so We're just getting through. Pushing through.